Mm, Well, guess we're recording here. Yes, everyone can hear me. Hello, Romeo.
Hello,
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Great. Where are you right now?
I'm home.
At in Mie, right?
Yes, in Mie, East City to be precise.
How long have you been there?
And I came last year in August. I think this is my seventh month.
Okay, so what's your dream?
Oh, it's like I just need to explore more and
Okay.
uh, try to find like
Mm.
okay, my passion. I have passion for like
Yeah.
media and television, like producing like content like documentaries, yeah, something like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yo,
I
so
plan to,
your situation in Japan told in a documentary situation, but I think the people that's interested to hear that are the 16, 17, 18, well, to 22-year olds that are thinking about Japan, but before they go to Japan, they need to see somebody's story who's there. And
yeah,
so, we got to play the hand we're dealt. I didn't choose to be born in America, but I was. But whatever country you're born in is your country. And
yeah,
we want you to be proud of your country and represent that. And
yeah,
we need like a world festival so we could travel. And New York is the home of international populations. There's people from everywhere, but when
yeah,
I go to New York, I cannot access people from your country unless I go there with you. And then they're like,
absolutely.
okay,
Yeah,
so it's like we're reflecting each other like mirrors, like that's what it's
yeah,
like a power we have because we're in a battle with the AI, really. And it's like, what does a human even do? But like
yeah,
humans can do a lot of things, but now a lot of people are controlled. Like they can't use their gifts.
yeah,
So it's like,
absolutely.
but
Yeah,
if we become aware of our gifts and start using them, but in order to be that way, we need a community where we feel safe to do that. And,
yeah,
um, you know, I don't know. So your interest, your skills, your dreams are three questions we ask anybody that if you just said like that information up front, then it's like, okay, we know right how to go into it because
yeah,
the magic is really like in 1 hour, you meet 20 people. It's like speed dating, like, but we're using it for making remote work. And
yeah,
I really think it's a guerrilla marketing tactic, like because we're battling against there the gap between rich and poor is really expanding, and
yeah,
if you're not rich right now, it's really hard to get rich. Supposedly, I mean, but I think we're doing something that you could actually get rich, really.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, real estate, like people used to talk about selling real estate, and like
yeah,
that used to be a part of your wealth portfolio. But now they call tokenization of real estate. Okay, so tokenization of real estate. But now that there's the internet, everybody knows about in real estate. Okay, so we got token, but tokenization, maybe if not real estate, maybe of something else. So, okay, some people have Bitcoin and they're rich
yeah,
off Bitcoin, But instead of Bitcoin, we got to do something else. Now it's like they've got native markets that you could create a coin. And I think
Yeah.
our coin, our value is based on the person is the value, right? The person
Yeah.
as a human resource is the money. But what do? We offer a user experience, but it's not the traditional sense that you think in like paying for money for business, because we pay money for training, we pay money to launch a business, we have these hidden costs. But ours is like, how do we skip that? At the base level of your community, you should be a volunteer and it's free. And you just put your skills to work in our agency and we'll learn as we go, but we go by making sales. We got to make money. And
Yeah.
I would get pissed because it's like I have like people around me, like non-believers and their family, and they like sometimes you have to cut those people off, but it's like they're like, oh, I thought you had a big idea. What happened? And it's like, yo, I don't need your negativity, yo. This is like, it grows like a fruit, you know? It's like, it's ready when it's ready. And if that's not
Yeah.
what you're doing, then you don't need to be part of this group, really. But if you are part
Yeah.
of it, right? It's like the left and right hand. We're different parts of the same thing, you know? I hope. Anyway, the
Yeah.
celebrity guru. Hello. Hey, how are you doing, sir? Romeo, this is a gentleman I want to introduce you to from India. And so
Oh.
he represents his country, but he's also up in Canada. Introduce
Oh.
yourself, please.
Hello. Nice naughty Nathan, hashtag N, and real rockstar Romeo, hashtag RRR. Oh my God, I
Yes.
Yeah.
watched a movie, Romeo, Bollywood movie, a couple of weeks back, actually. Yeah. So, yes, I'm the author of the book. You are the celebrity.
Oh.
I wrote more than 15 books, again, by God's grace and your blessings.
Hell
Uh,
yeah, he's a beast.
thank you, sir.
So
One of
I
the book.
told I told Romeo he needs to write a book, and the book
Yeah.
that who wants to read it are the young people who are thinking
Mhm.
about what to do with their life, and when they read Romeo's book, they're like, "Oh, he's in Japan. What's he doing?" But we tell the story in a way where, you know, people want to get a training, like they want to get right? Like people have I mean, what do you learn in the military, right? You go to a boot camp, you learn skills, you learn how to kill people, okay? But we're not trying to kill people. Hey, dude, you know? I mean, it's very important, but this is also a different kind of army, I think. I was telling wait, what do I call you? Do not call you celebrity guru. What should I call you?
It's up to you, brother, Dr. PPP, Praveen. It's up to you.
Praveen, let me call you.
Sounds
So
good.
and I was saying oh, I forgot what I was just gonna say, but what were anyway.
Yeah, you
Uh
were giving the metaphor of the military, but this is like we are not killing in
yeah.
your
No, I
mission.
was telling Praveen though that I love women, of course, but there's some things men we gotta handle, I think. But this is kind of cool too, though, because really, this is also about networking. And I used to work in Tokyo as a headhunter, and it's a big business in Japan. All the people in Japan who are foreign, who are getting rich, they're headhunters, they're recruiters. You spend your time meeting people, finding their needs, meeting other people, finding their needs, and introducing busy people who don't have time to profitable connections. And
Wow.
you know, so these are a lot of different hustles that we are going to do that I compiled in this way, which is The thing I did was in Japan, right? There were four things I did. I was exchange student, I was English teacher, I was this headhunter, and I was travel writer. So now if you guys do the same thing, like, right, you got exchange student experience, you get this English teacher experience, you get this consulting experience, you get this travel writing experience, but I took 30 years to do it. You guys get it in a really quick time. But that's what all of us are doing. Like, if I ask you guys about your life, it'll reveal a challenge that you had, or something you overcame. And now when we meet a new person and they say, right, what is your challenge? And if they say the challenge is the same challenge you had, you tell them your solution and accelerates their challenge, their solution. So that's kind of what we do to accelerate people going from people we never met before to becoming part of. So yeah, we call it a Web3, right? Web3 is different from a bank. A bank makes money and offers you a service. We have a bank that it doesn't make money for a bank, but redistributes it with us. And the difference of a bank and a credit union is made up of members. But this is actually a new type of community farm. Like, what could we do? We could come together and create a farm. Okay, a farm would grow food for our body, but to grow money, we need a farm of information. And Romeo, you told me you had journalistic skills. Our society has been controlled by a relationship between politicians and news. We get these news stations that report something bad. The politicians say, oh, the news just reported this. Based on this, I'm going to do this. It's this control loop. We get away from their media. We create our media. We have a different message. We vibrate on an empowering message. So, that if we create, my YouTube channel is a start, but everybody has your YouTube channel. But I have two YouTube channels. One is my Nathan Raymond YouTube channel, and everybody has your own YouTube channel. That's what we do. But this Japan YouTube channel, Japan Exchange YouTube channel, is the YouTube channel that's like a public YouTube channel that, we want to promote everybody's interview on there. But also you watch the YouTube video, and based on that, you meet people, and then you know how to reach out to them and make smart contract deals. So you're eventually going to make your own chatbot, right? You program what you know into the chatbot so that 1 million people could visit the site and be talking to your chatbot at the same time. We're having a problem with all these people, but there's only one of you, right? You can't talk to everybody. So you need a system where you're not talking to everybody, but instead you have a calendar to your phone and you have the best life schedule that you want to have. You work when you want to work, you do things when you want to do it. And I don't know if that is something that I really think, I'm going back to New York, and I have a C corporation in New York, right? This C corporation, I can get legitimate money from a bank to pay our salaries and stuff. But before getting money from a bank, we have to create a business. And we have a lot of people looking for remote work. So we could be a remote work agency that's promoting a type of remote work as English conversation partner. And when we're English conversation partner, and you would even do it for free, really, because it gives you information and makes you smart contracts. It's free engineering of business. But so I don't know, the smart contracts is something that you would pay money for, but it's just, I don't know, it's You make money, but you're also not spending money. It's like, I don't know, it's a better thing. Yeah. So anyway, uh, so I expected more people to be here tonight, but it's okay that they're not. People are calling me. Hello. Oh, sorry. Hello.
Gee,
Yes.
you can understand Urdu?
No, not Urdu now. I'm giving a presentation right now. We're going to invite you to speed meeting, sir. Just please be patient. We're going to do it. I'm giving a presentation. I love you. Sorry. It's very difficult. People are very enthusiastic for speed meeting. So we need automated systems, okay? The Zoom has a feature called the breakthrough room. You can get 20 Japanese, you can get 20 people, but the important thing is that in 1 hour, you've spoken to each person for 3 minutes one-on-one. But each time you have this conversation, it's everything you say. See, people can have a problem with the world we live in, like surveillance is on you. But you have to understand, okay, if I'm being watched and I say this, it's free publicity. So it's more about what is your strengths and what are your weaknesses, right? Like, how are we playing to what you do well and creating an offense, a communicative offense? And this all helps, so much happen. But this is how we evolve anyway. And so yeah. Oh, so the celebrity guru, yes. We're helping each other travel to each other's countries, and so welcome you to New York. Definitely by way of me. But then hey, we want to go to India, right? So, and then
Vice versa, yes.
and then with Romeo, we're going to wherever, either Africa or Mie or wherever the places that we get access to. So I don't know, does anyone have any questions? Because soon we're going to have a LinkedIn group that we just tell you to go to LinkedIn and you'll engineer deals. So if I was to introduce you to a Japanese person right now, they don't know how to speak any English. They would not speak, right? So that's what we're preparing people for, is like, what? You want me to speak to Japanese people who don't speak English? So what do I say? Look, I have this curriculum of this words that really focus on how to have these conversations. And you're going to be an English teacher for them with that, a coach. Like somebody who's out of shape and wants to exercise but never exercised. You're going to help them exercise a little bit. But you're donating. You don't understand. Like, it's like if you have a homeless person and you gave them a home, or you had no food and you gave them food. These people have no English. They have no foreign person. They never met a foreign person. And they're embarrassed, I don't know. So we just need a situation. So my city, we have an international exchange association. They're people who join this association because they're interested in foreign people, but they don't have enough space. And the people in charge complain like, oh, we don't have enough tax dollars. And, oh, it's the coronavirus. Oh, and it's this. Oh, and it's that. Always an excuse with these people, right? But we're men, okay? And we handle this. Rihan students, I just have 1,000 of them, okay? That's similar to me going into a haunted house of ghosts, and I have this army of angels. They will help me to exorcise all the bad spirits. That's what I feel. Like stagnant energies of people here. Like, it's a different type of intelligence. Pakistan people do not learn English as a first language, but they're speaking English, okay? So Pakistan people have to be quicker, okay? They're using technology, okay? We have an image of the India CEO or the India call center. India people, I guess they're better with business, okay? More with money, okay? Pakistan people, they give you things for free, okay? So we need to get Pakistan people, make Pakistan call center, right? Okay, we have to copy the way other countries are doing things, right? And we have to take, so New York, right? We have Wall Street. We have a way of calling people. A Japanese person, an engineer, they can't travel with their tools. It's too heavy, But in New York, you learn how to pick up that phone and, hey, this is Nate Raymond. How you doing? Yeah, I got a good deal today. You got to come and you got to give me this money, And this is the thing. And like accents, copying accents. Pakistan people, even India people, when they're speaking English, they trying to show you that they're smart. So they speak too fast. They're like, yes, I want to tell you how I'm smart and I'm so good and how you want to do business with me. Like, no, I want you to slow down. And we have 12 steps of conversation. And you just hold someone's hand to the end like a faith, because we have practiced. So I'm glad that we just you can share your English with Japanese people who pay money for English, right? It's free. And we organize in a moment's notice, like a spontaneous, like 8:00, right? You put on a Facebook thing, just any Japanese person who's scrolling, right? Like, hey, free English. Want to try English? You just get them on and you're like, free English. And we're ready to go. Like, we know how to guide people at the end, that Japanese people are happy. Like, wow, that was fun. I want, like we're good like that. And that's what I hope we could be. A tight unit, like if we have a restaurant and the cook and the waiter, they're just team. And at the end, people have full belly and happy and money. But here it's a full mind, a full schedule, a full sense. Like, yo, we're part of this remote work team. And we're organizing remote opportunities that when people do it, they prefer our remote work. Step by step, when they join our remote work, they'll leave their old life behind. They'll have a new way of making money. That we join these speed meeting events. The information you get from the speed meeting event can last you 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, it can really be like that. And then when you run out of information for deals, you go back to a speed meeting event. But if we really had our act together, 1,000 Pakistan English speakers means I can match it. I can get 1,000 Japanese and then 1,000 Americans, because you match for available positions, like remote work available. This opened up. We have a Pakistan person available who's open to us introducing a Japanese person and a New York person, and that creates an international startup. Our startups are those communication channels of 3 people who match. So, and these channels, they become pipelines for our e-commerce sales channels to flow. So the infrastructure, like for phones, you had to set up wires and poles everywhere. For us, you have to just plant people who are on our same wavelength, and independently, our exchange of information, the people are using to fuel their remote work and digital nomad opportunities. So only if you have our download our app can you be on this. Okay, so yes, I have an app, but we need 40 people to launch the app, this first test case. So that's why the first event of speed meeting, and before we can have speed meeting, people have to be ready. So we're meeting here. We'll meet again next time you get online, or somehow we're going to have our act together. You just share your email and your available time, and we'll invite you on. And anybody is free to, if you have skills or ideas or anything you want to do, or yeah, just keep it in mind. So, Nay. And this is being recorded, I think, this conversation. So I'll share this so that people heard what I said. So come on, am I talking too much? I don't know. What do you guys think? Anything? Any questions? Any things you want to say?
No questions. I think it's been clear what you're saying.
Okay,
Like it's stuff. Yeah.
cool, man. Yeah, so tell me about InMie. Do you work at a school? Are you an English teacher?
Yes, and actually, I have 4 schools.
Wow. What
Yeah,
ages?
one junior high school and
Yep.
3 elementary schools. Yeah, so
Wow.
like that rotate. Like on a Monday, I go to one school. On
Mhm.
Tuesday, I go to yeah. So yeah, it just works like that.
So you are one teacher, and how many students in a class, right? It could be up to 40 students or 20 students.
I think the largest number, I think it's around 35, but just some 20, some 15, and some even less than that.
Now imagine
Wow.
that you had an equal number of volunteers who don't want to get paid, but they want to go there to make the biggest impact so we could make the best YouTube video, so we could make our channel good. And
Yeah.
the motivation's different. And when people are only coming to Japan for the money, I think that that's a problem. Not that it's a problem. I mean, because it's only a problem because you can't make money anyway, because they charge you. You know, English teaching used to be you make money, and people thought it was a secret to come to Japan. But now everybody comes to Japan. So these Japanese, they put these taxes on you. So even if you do work here, so right, so that's why, you know, Japan is the land of companies. And these middle headhunter companies that recruit English speakers like us and introduce us to these jobs, they're getting a salary from the hall. They're taking like half our salary, and they're only giving us like a half. So their idea is to get rich by introducing us. So you're not meant to come here. And like, it's fine, you know, they'll do things like sponsor your visa, make sure you're legit. And I'm not knocking them, but you know, we want to elevate to be CEO, you know. I mean, we have dreams. I mean, but yeah, you know, more money, more problems. If I raised the magic wand and you had all the money right now, you would lose it unless you're ready for it. But that's why I think what we do is we take the money out of the picture. And really, it's like we are the value, the human resource. And human resources as a company, we just witnessed in America human resource departments in many companies being the ones that were like policing people. Like, you can't say this, you can't do this, you better have this medical procedure, or you can't work here. And it's like, you don't want to live in a world like that, but that's what human resources were. But recruiting companies are human resources out of the control of those directives. So, that's what I feel we need to be, is like, not people who are controlling people, but people who we're co-owners of each other. Like we're co-owners of, so I mean, yeah, just we have tools that they never had before that we can take advantage of now, that really okay, no one's ever successfully kind of been able to make it without selling out. Like even artists who are amazing artists, they have to make these contracts to record companies. Like, you're always feeling like you're free, but we really could be each other's salvation, that we kept each other safe, kind of thing, that we're the only ones that are gonna. All these institutions that look to us to trust them, the legacy things born out of like World War II, really, they're not they're set up to keep us down, sort of. But we're born out of a different legacy. The legacy is the pandemic. So really, we're talking about marketing and the power of your story. And hey, being a celebrity guru, you have a chance to tell your story. But let's talk about, if you come to America and the customs agent says, "Hello, welcome to the United States. What are you here to do?" You want to give an answer that they're going to let you through. "Oh, right away, sir. Sorry to keep you waiting." You don't want them to be like, "Oh, who is this guy? We got to check. Sorry, please wait a moment while we check your story," So that's what we're talking about too, is like, we tell this story, okay? But now, whatever story you have up until now, we're writing a new chapter. Now, the chapter is because in America, we're obsessed with celebrity culture, and movies, they follow this story called the hero's journey, where at first, you confronted with a challenge, and then you get training and you overcome it and you come away strong. But we use characters who are fake to distract us on a screen. But when we turn it inward to ourselves, where we are becoming the hero by joining these speed meeting events and meeting people, we create this psychological effect, but it's called quantum entanglement. And it's a much faster exponential growth system that we are going to take off like a rocket ship. But the theory is, you're connected to 1,000 people. Like, all of us have like 1,000 people we're connected to. But if you're connected to 1,000 and I'm connected to 1,000 and we connect to each other, also each person we know, they're connected to thousands of people. Really, the collective group is 1 million. So imagine you launch the speed meeting event, and 2 people on your side, you gather 20. On my side, we gather 20. Boom, we have an event. Now that's millions of people that we're entangling. And in 1 hour after we meet each other, it transforms you like a good book. Like, you're always going to be curious about these people. I mean, it's kind of like dating, like if you were dating them, but it's a different type of dating because it's a different type of love. So like, these AIs we create, they're called brain children. It's like 50% of your information and 50% of my information make an autonomous thing that now lives outside us. But the reason we created it is from our speed meeting and 12 conversations. It might sound small, but I've worked in English conversation schools, and the way they study a book, you have like 12 chapters, but you study English like at the hotel, at the movie theater, at the beach, at the sporting events, these fictional situations. But our English is these 12 categories of internship, and we don't actually have to physically go to a location. We can just have the conversations. It's just we teach it in a way that they don't teach us, because they teach us like we're stupid. Like they teach us like top down, like a military, attention, but we're all about turn everything the opposite of what it was. That's what disruption is. So it's totally free and like chaos. And like, India is awesome with mathematics, because that gets interesting from like chaos theory of like, order and chaos are these two. But if you're surfing a wave, you're in chaos. It's a different environment. These school environments, they're not real life, like lively. The conversations are they're so dead. They're not living, It's like, so, okay, the result is Japanese people don't speak English. Even if they study English, even if they pay, they're not learning English. And everybody just kicks the can down the road, doesn't make any innovations. Even talk to Japanese people, they will never let like change. Like they just like, this is they're not trying to be smart. They're like trying to keep things going. But on Facebook, when we have people's attentions, when we just create these spontaneous events and we know how to invite them for free English, I'm telling you, bro, it's a trick. It's like a hack in the matrix, yo. They can't control themselves. They're like moths to the flame. They're like, free English? What? What do you say? Free English? What are you saying? But then they come on, and it's the best English they've ever had, because it's real and it's human, and they've never been allowed to be human. But when it's AI is in our battle with, you're going to learn to cherish being human, right? The human parts of us, because it's no match for AI. They can be a robot better than we can. And what we're needed to do more is like, if I meet you and I'm talking to you and you're happy or you're sad, I can feel that, right? That's what we need. That's what the computer can't do. And if you meet 20 people, let's say before I go to India, I meet 20 India people. They meet me a little bit. Based on meeting me, they have a suggestion. Oh, he should do this. He should do this. We take all their suggestions and put it together. And now you have a personalized suggested tour of humans who have met you, sampled you. Now that's a rival against me going to ChatGPT and say, oh, I'm going to India, build me a trip. Which is going to be better for you? So, hidden pockets of how we nurture humanity, but in a system that's a school, but also simultaneously how we're creating remote work and digital nomad, but overall funding this kind of educational tourism that's also automated, right? So the human choices that you carry out is a pattern that then can automate to repeat. And it's like the beats I freestyle rap over, you look for automations so you can do your thing over it, and you mix it up. And instead of parties, we create events. It's new event promotion. And as an educator, this is what's needed for a fun school. And, so Rihan students all looking for remote work. So we want to have remote work for them, but they're all in Pakistan, some countries. They don't see themselves like I see them. I have an American point of view. So I see outside them, who can I connect them to? And that's what I am harping on, you know? They can be connected to Japanese people, prepared for English. Then we can connect to New York people, and New York people feel like,